We are approaching the end of Conquest in Sector 5, which is usually the most important because 15 key cards are so vital to getting that red crate. Good news, guys. Another crazy cheese coming your way where you're going to get either 30 or 45 key cards in a single battle. Full auto. You just got to look out for the right node and a way to deal with these crazy boss battles. Check it out. What's up, Knights of X, and welcome to the Sector 5 Conquest Guide for the Stranger. We are almost at the finish line. Final sector of the Conquest, which is the most important because it's the most amount of key cards. We have just the right amount of teams and strategies to get you there. Even if you have to skip one or two, this will certainly help you. So we're going to head into Conquest to show you exactly the data disc that I worked with in the beginning. Throughout the video, you're going to see multiple different type of data disc combos that I use throughout the sector for the feats because they're all very different. So we are going to head into game really quick and check it out, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get to Sector 5, and I already got red crate. I got it today after grinding. I spent a bunch of crystals, but looks like I'm getting the maximum amount of shards for the first iteration of Conquest, and I know you guys are too. So for the first combination that I was really working with, or a majority of them, I will post the data disc before the battle just to ensure you guys know exactly which ones I was using. But from the majority, especially the last node, this was the combo that I worked with for the final boss. Leader's Resolve, which you get from 200 evades. Already posted a video about that. I would highly recommend checking it out. You can get that done in 1 or 2 battles. We got Leader's Resolve, which really amplifies your leader stats. Ran 2 of those, and a Zealous Ambition. Very good. That really ramps up the damage for your support and healer allies. But you will see if you add extra Zealous Ambitions and replace it with Leader's Resolve, you're still going to be fine, especially for the mid-sector boss, because Nightsisters really benefit from that. But not bad at all. We're going to start the first gameplay battle of 2 feats done in a single battle. It's Tenacity down and Defense down on full auto without a GL. You got to find the right node. So let's get you there. Starting out with the cheese, guys, it's a little bit different than what I had at the end. If you run the data disc that I showed just previously, it's even easier. But in case you don't have Leader's Resolve yet, I'm showing you without it. Instead of Leader's Resolve, I put Assertive Command. But if you have it, might as well throw it in there. Leader's Resolve is nice. The potency was nice just in case I wanted to land stuns on the target enemies. Not really essential, just more of an added bonus. I have over here another Leader's Resolve, and down here is a Ruthless Offense, not essential at all. It's pretty much Assertive Command or Booming Voice for this particular feat. So getting right into it, this is a cheese battle. I found a Grievous node with Droideka. That is the most important. By this time, you're already going to have the 250 battles on the gold path. I made this in my Conquest Guide video in the past for Chimere on how to get to red crate. You got, no matter what you do, find a Droideka node in Sector 5. It could be under a Newt lead, it could be under a Grievous lead, or find a Jango fed under a Separatist leader. That way they are stuck in damage immunity, and you'll be able to get this done in a single battle. It makes it so much easier. It's Commander Luke Skywalker. It is a very accessible team, one of the longest reigning teams in a while, and they're phenomenal. The strategy is simple. You got to get Droideka into damage immunity. It's a well-known cheese. You kill the sides as quickly as you can. I don't have Booming Voice attached. If I did, this would be even easier. I have only Assertive Command. So there, I'm trying to get rid of B2 first because he's very annoying with his buff immunity and his AoE. Here, I'm trying to just get Grievous down as quickly as possible. There, I am just starting to land that Tenacity down onto Droideka, trying to get a stun as well. Do not want to remove the buffs at all. There, I'm going for AoE abilities that don't remove buffs to try to get rid of the sides. Really going to utilize Luke's call to action to ignore Taunt and go for Grievous. So here I go for a big hit, and if Booming Voice was attached, he would be dead already. So by the time you guys are in this sector, you should have it. But there, I think it gets to the 4-minute mark where I throw this on full auto. I just want to take my time and not mess up the strategy. There, just continuing to land Tenacity down on Chewbacca's basic, which he gets calls to assist all the time when Han takes a turn, and when the other ally with guard as well. So here, just making sure I get rid of all of the sides. Boom. At this point, you're in the clear. On full auto basic, Chewbacca has Tenacity down on a basic. You're going to get this in a minute. It's ridiculously easy. You want to wait till you do it till the end. Do it for the full 5 minutes. So, Tenacity down, not a problem at all. Commander Luke Skywalker on a basic applies defense down. It is literally the easiest thing in the world. Just auto basic. You're lucky that all these debuffs are on basic abilities, which is leading to the third feat, which is evasion down, which I have showed in the previous sectors, but you can do the same thing here. If you guys are struggling with evasion down by this point, Chupio applies evasion down on a basic. So this is literally 60 key cards in a single battle. Tenacity down, defense down, evasion down. One team, very accessible, 60 key cards. Can't go wrong with it. I'm going to skip forward a little bit because I don't want to just show you the whole thing on auto basic. Pretty much, I get to the end, and there you go. Defense down and tenacity down 60 times in a single battle. I already had evasion down from the previous conquest sectors, so this one was not difficult at all. We're now going to move on to the next feat, which is still continued in this gameplay video. Just let it play out for a second. This is going to be win with CX2 surviving, and the go-to to stack with your global feat is Lord Vader with the clones. That's his home base. This one's going to make it the most easy for you. So if you guys have them, this is the way to do it. If you don't have Lord Vader, but you do have them up and running with like some sort of relic investment, I would recommend a Tarkin lead with some zealous ambitions. This guy's clone trooper right there has a zealous ambition going to one-shot. So that's the same data disc that I showed in the beginning, besides the leader's resolve. The zealous ambitions makes this so much easier because your disguised clone trooper is a support, and his AoE is going to one-shot waves. So that's a no-brainer for CX2 surviving. The second one is way more accessible to players that do not have Lord Vader or the other clones up and running. It is a super Rex cheese team where you're completely manipulating the turn meter and guaranteeing a tank to help you and anti-crit heals from Barris. So Rex, CX2, who's at 1 stamina in this battle, Wat Tambor, Barris, and Malik. Literally at 1 stamina. That's why this works so good. Yes, he's at relics because I've had him for a while. I chose a random Ewok node, and to be honest, I had booming voice attached to this, and you don't really want booming voice attached because every time you attack out of turn, your guys get stunned, and even so, we were still fine. As you can see, my whole team is getting stunned here, but it does not matter because your CX2 is perfectly fine under stealth. Even if any of your allies get crit, Barris is going to heal them. Malik is your fear-spreading tank. Wat Tambor is your utility. And you're pretty much relying on Rex to Rexolate the entire Ewok or enemy team. So there you go. Rex is just going to take one by one and kill them all. So this is a very easy, accessible team that does not require any GLs in the final sector. It's really easy. So you can do this a bunch. You're going to see it's just pretty much getting Rex to one-shot the entire squad. CX2 lives, and that's where I get all my CX2's kills or survive feat. Really simple, not difficult at all. So now we're going to move on to the next feat, which is going to be, I believe, Pirates. The first team I'm going to recommend is obviously a Maz Kanata team. So if you guys do not have the new Pirate King Hondo Galactic Legend unlocked, this team is going to be your best option. If you guys don't have any of the new pirates unlocked and you don't have any Kyrotech with them, it's going to be way more difficult in Sector 5. But recommending a Maz Kanata team still works perfectly fine. Here I chose an Ewok node again. I do have them at relics because they're needed for the raid. They're needed for Pirate King Hondo, and I was able to get him, so I'm lucky enough to have them. And Maz Kanata is a very good Grand Arena character, so I brought her up and running right away. But pretty much go in against an Ewok node. Same data disc that I was working with. I don't think I have Booming Voice attached. I do not. So that's more into the final boss sector, like I said. But as you can go here, it's just throwing it on full, it's not even close to going down. Kix is a healer, so he hits very hard with Zealous Ambition. That is not a brainer, or no brainer at all. The next one I'm going to show you is Pirate King Hondo Onaka. If you guys do have him, then this makes the sector absolutely a breeze. You pretty much can split it up into 2 different squads. There, you just go all in on Grand Inquisitor. Any squad that you can find, Pirate King Hondo is more than likely going to be able to take it out. He's got a whole team revive in case they do die. It's a no-brainer. I'm just trying to show you guys exactly what I used to get those types of feats. So this one is the one I recommended for most of the player base to skip It's not worth the headache if you have super low invested pirates. You're allowed to skip 34 key cards. This is definitely the one I'm going to recommend you guys skip because it is just not worth the headache. But if you're lucky enough to have the new pirates up and running, you should be fine. So we're now going to get into the mid-sector boss, which is where it gets more interesting. The first team we got to talk about is Asaj Ventress with Mother Talzin, Daka, Talia, and Zombie. And all I can say is that Zealous Ambition is going to be your friend here, because the majority of the team are support and healers, so they're going to hit very hard. I do have them at Relic. I'm going to recommend an Asaj Ventress lead. She has Terminator removal, which is nice. The only thing you got to really be cautious of is the isolate and then your team getting too low. You want to pretty much get Trey down as quickly as possible after the lightsabers are up and running. So you're going to see here, pretty cool animation. The Sith raid was probably my favorite raid in the entire game, by the way. I love KOTOR, but just besides being a KOTOR fan, it was just by far the most fun and mechanical, like just very well done in my opinion. So I wish the raids were a little bit more like that in the past. But anyway, I'm going all in on Trey here, trying to see if I can get her down, using an AoE to get rid of the lightsabers. Looks like I go all in on her, and I almost take her out right away, but that's it. That's literally all there is to it. When you take out the lightsaber, she gets toppled. Luckily, old Daka on a basic can do a, like, multi-hit on different targets, so worked out very well for me there, and that one was not hard at all. If you have them at Relics, there's a Nightsister bundle, not hard at all. The next one was actually a really fun team to use because it brought back memories of the Sith raid solo. I remember I've done this over 100 times in the past. Back in the day, it was so fun to use. If you have Kylo Ren, it's really not hard. If you get down to a solo situation, he's going to absolutely walk over this. I just spam AoEs, get a fracture going on her. It just brings back memories of doing this. It was so much fun. But yeah, like honestly, this one is not that difficult. You can probably do this without any data disk and still get the win. The only thing is getting your characters to survive. You might have one or two go down, but it's really not the end of the world. I think I go for an ult here. I might have all of them survive. I don't actually remember. I think they do. Let's see. Yeah, they all survive. They all survive. Hux, by the way, is a support character. So again, with the Zealous Ambitions, he's going to hit very hard. So I didn't find that one that challenging. The final boss definitely is concerning and very tricky. So I was just reiterating here. I put a screenshot of exactly the data disk that I used. You're not going to be able to see the bottom. It's the same in the beginning. Booming voice on the bottom. Leaders resolve twice and assertive command. That's what I pretty much use for the final boss. And the first team we're going to show, trying to go back a little bit, it's going to be Embo lead. With that crazy team comp that you have to do, it's pretty much Embo lead. I'm going to try to time it here best I can. There we go. Embo lead, Aurra Singh, Dengar, Greedo, and Nest. And the whole goal is to make sure your Embo is fast enough to go first. I don't have crazy mods on him. He's not even at 300 speed mod-wise. But the leaders resolve, two of them help him get out ahead really quick. And he's at 100% stamina because I didn't use him at the whole conquest. So everyone is at 100% stamina. I use Embo as the lead. Now, it's definitely a little tricky. You got to do it a certain way, but it works completely fine. So the first thing you want to do is he's going to start with the event ability that looks like defense. You want to do that right away. You put that under him, and he's going to get targetable by Traya, but not be able to go down. You want to go right away for Nihilist. So you do that ability, and Booming Voice is going to call the entire team to assist on Nihilist. He's down. Boom. Now, over here, Traya is going to do her thing. Go all in on Embo, but he's fine. Now here, Aurra Singh's going to go. I believe I go for a basic ability because with Assertive Command, we get a bunch of assist, which is nice. There with Nest, I go for the Isolate removal. There, do a big AoE, go for a basic onto Scion. Now, this is what we have to do to be a little bit careful. I go for a big hit on Traya because we have Booming Voice. I'm going to get the entire team to assist on her. We get her pretty low. Does not go down yet. She starts to kill our sides a little bit. So there, I go for a middle ability, and I should have went for a basic because she's able to stun. But there, I go right for Traya, and she is down. And then boom, basic there. That one is a little tricky. You have to utilize the event specials as best as you can. At some point, I could have killed the sides to get the event special back, but I really wanted my Embo to go all in on Traya because of the Booming Voice. You want your entire team to assist when she's available. So that is the first one. It is a 1-star, unfortunately, but if you guys can go about this with a different team and get a 3-star with like a GL or something way more powerful, then getting a 1-star here will not matter. You just want to get the feat because it's 5 key cards and it can make the difference in the end. The next one we got to talk about is going to be the next crazy one. And there we go. We have it. CLS is the final one. And this one is definitely, I think, easier than the Embo one. The Embo one I wanted to show first because it's way more challenging. But Commander Luke Skywalker lead is the way to go. Same data disc that I showed for the previous team for Embo. Same kind of concept. The leader wants to go first because he has the Leader's Resolve and all those extra speed stats. So here, I go right for Nihilus. Boom, he's done. Han Solo gets rid of him immediately. Now here, I do the event special on Commander Luke, targeting Scion. Booming Voice gets rid of them. Now, this strategy is a little bit different, so I want to go for the 3-star. I am going for this side that has the event special because I want to be able to use it again. There, I see my Chirrut is able to utilize it, so I use it on him. I want to get rid of the side with Deathmark really quick. Boom. Now it's just a solo Traya. So now your team is alive, and your Chirrut is tanking the damage, and he's able to counterattack because of Commander Luke Skywalker lead. Here, I remove the Isolate on Commander Luke, so he's able to perform better. But Traya is still targeting Chirrut, and he's still counterattacking, which is great. Now you go for a call to action to get all the assists. Go for the middle, get more assists here. Go for a basic from Han. Do a middle special. I could have done a damage ability there, but I saw the turn order was fine on the right, so I wasn't too stressed out about it. Go for a basic on Death Trooper. Big second special from Chirrut, and she goes down. So that is the strategy that I utilized for this. I think Booming Voice is extremely helpful. I think Leader's Resolve is also helpful to get out ahead with the speed. So that's why I think this strategy worked the best for me. And I hope it helps you guys, because these final boss feats are kind of annoying, but those extra assists are extremely helpful. So that is pretty much going to wrap up the Conquest guide for Sector 5. I hope this helped you. This one took a little bit of strategy and figuring out exactly what to do to get it up and running. So would greatly appreciate if you guys leave a like and share it with your guilds to help me out. And if you guys are having any issues with Conquest at all in terms of teams, data discs, combos, feats, please let me know in the comment section or ask me in my Discord. Join my Discord. We got a really good group of guys that can help out, or you can even tag me myself. So always happy to help. Hopefully we get as many Stranger unlocks as possible, and maybe I make another Conquest video going over some of the other global feats or anything that's the community is struggling with. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel for more content, and to become a Knight of X. And I'll see you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you all.
Thank you.